Harris talked about the opportunity agenda, which sounds like a poll-tested thing, and nobody knows what it means.
That's right.
Former Biden White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki criticized former Vice President Kamala Harris for the way she ended her presidential campaign. Psaki argued that Harris made a mistake by campaigning with Liz Cheney and using language that did not connect with voters.
No. What I'm saying is there were millions of people who didn't turn out to vote, who many of whom have in the past leaned toward Democratic issues, leaned toward Democratic candidates.
She expressed her concerns on Friday during an interview with Jon Stewart on his podcast, The Weekly Show. Psaki stated that,
"But I don't think closing the campaign with a message about fighting democracy with a former Republican member of Congress was the right strategy. I'm not saying that's why they lost."
Psaki described Cheney as heroic, but made it clear that she was not blaming Cheney for the Democrats' loss in the 2024 election.
I also think Liz Cheney is very heroic. But I don't think closing the campaign with a message about fighting democracy with a former Republican member of Congress was the right strategy. I'm not saying that's why they lost.
She faulted Democrats for failing to deliver a message that resonated with ordinary Americans. Psaki believed that the campaign's messaging was too academic and disconnected from the issues people truly care about.
We were speaking in a manner that was so academic and ivory tower, it wasn't talking about a lot of the things people actually care about. So I don't know that people voted against democracy.
She said that,
"I think they voted in some ways against protection of status quo and kind of the disconnected academic ivory tower elite language that is too often used by Democrats."
She suggested that after the election, Democrats should remove terms like authoritarianism and oligarchy from their messaging.
After the election was like, cross authoritarianism and oligarchy out of every script. Nobody talks this way.
She emphasized that most people do not speak in such abstract political terms. Liz Cheney, the daughter of former Vice President Dick Cheney, was once an ally of President Donald Trump. Her relationship with Trump deteriorated after the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Cheney was one of 10 Republicans who voted to impeach Trump following the riot. After her impeachment vote, she lost her Wyoming House seat when Trump endorsed her primary challenger, Representative Harriet Hagerman. Cheney played a leading role in the House January 6th committee's investigation into the Capitol riot. House Republicans later accused her of engaging in witness tampering during the committee's proceedings. GOP congressional leaders called on the FBI to investigate Cheney for allegedly contacting committee witness Cassidy Hutchinson without her attorney's knowledge. In the final days of the 2024 election, Trump criticized Cheney.
"She's a radical war hawk."
Before leaving office, President Biden granted Cheney a preemptive pardon. Biden also issued pardons for Anthony Fauci and several other figures who had clashed with Trump.